As mentioned before in a previous video, these were the original bronze fighters that were released alongside this game, and it has pretty much stayed that way. Even after all these years, these characters have not received any new additions to their bronze variants. These were the characters that released after launch, but they also have received no additions to their bronze variants. Instead, for some stupid reason, every character has been limited to having only two bronze variants each. Characters used to get additions to their silver variants whenever there was a major update or a seasonal event. We would occasionally get new silver fighters, take Gangrene or Rockstar for example. But ever since the devs introduced the Backstage Pass, even silver fighters were tossed aside. So now I will offer a simple solution to add new bronze and silver fighters, which in turn would also benefit the free-to-play player base as well. So, the easiest way that I can think of how to effectively add new bronze and silver fighters is to include them on the Backstage Pass, but they will be on the free version of the pass. There is a very important reason for this. I'll explain why. It is no surprise to anyone playing Skullgirls right now that the devs are leaning too heavily on catering to the whales of this game. To clarify, the term whale is used to describe mobile game players that spend a lot of money on free-to-play games. Take the monthly new fighters for example. Each month there are 2 new fighters. However, these 2 new fighters are a gold and diamond, meaning their pull rates are very low, of course expecting you to spend money for a higher chance to get them. Or you could just buy the Backstage Pass to get the gold fighter for free. If you are a free-to-play player, you can imagine how this feels like there's nothing for you here. Outside of the Backstage Pass is free rewards of course, which by design are scarce. Players are losing interest in this game because of this method of monetization. The game has become just a pay to fast or pay to win, and the free-to-play aspect of the game has gone completely stale, boring, and repetitive. So, this is why I believe that adding new monthly bronze and silver fighters to the free portion of the Backstage Pass would be tremendously beneficial to the health of this game's free-to-play player base. Of course, for the sake of keeping the active player count healthy, players would still have to earn them from the Backstage Pass. I believe that players would be awarded the new bronze fighter once they reach level 15 on the pass. Then they would receive the new silver fighter once they reach level 30. This way, even though players are receiving new free fighters, they still have to earn them. As I stated, this is to keep players active every month. So, what would the new bronze and silver fighters look like? Well, I had this conversation with one of my viewers a while back. Basically, as you all know, all of the new fighters that we get on the Backstage Passes are palettes that are based off of characters from other media. Take Shrek and Piccolo Beowulf for example. In the original Skullgirls game for consoles, the characters had palettes that did not reference anyone. These were just called original colors. The devs have also stopped adding them to the mobile game. I guess they aren't as sellable as anime references. Well, if the devs think that original colors are not profitable, then this is the perfect opportunity to make them free-to-play fighters. Let's take a look at what they could look like. We will use Philia as an example. Currently, Philia's only 2 bronze fighters are a dark element and a fire element. This means that she is missing a water, air, light, and a neutral variant for her bronze roster. So, by taking a trip to the Skullgirls wiki, I have found some original colors that could fit the build for her missing elements. Starting with this obvious color, this would be perfect for her water element bronze fighter. Next up is her light element bronze fighter. According to the wiki, this is the original color. Personally, I love this color, and it would be perfect for her neutral element bronze fighter. So, because Philia doesn't have an original green color, it was hard to pick one for her air element bronze fighter. But I think it should be good enough, so we'll just say this is her air bronze. That was just a quick example, and the same rule applies to any new silver fighters that would be added. They would just be more original colors from Skullgirls' second encore. If for new fighters seems like it would be too much, then perhaps just one new free-to-play fighter a month, and it cycles between bronze and silver fighters. Either way, At least one new bronze or silver a month for the sake of keeping the free-to-play audience is crucially important, and is the main point to this. Even mobile games like Dragon Ball Legends occasionally adds new free-to-play units. Unlike Skullgirls, Dragon Ball Legends actually acknowledges its free-to-play audience. The number of active players are important to you know. You don't want your game to be a ghost town. But anyway, that was just a quick idea that I wanted to share with you. Free-to-play fighters would help this game tremendously, as it would keep more than just the whales interested in this game. As always, if you have any ideas of your own regarding this topic, please share them in the comments below.